Locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke loves wrestling.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Duh.
That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
Well, you know, that's the James Ellsworth. You know, he likes to say that. Duh. Yeah, that's right.
The best writing the WWE can come up with.
Well, it worked. That's his catchphrase now.
Yeah, but who is he?
Well, he's James Ellsworth. What do you mean?
Who cares?
Well, I care, and a lot of the fans who listen to this show care. And
listen, I feel like anybody who listens to this show probably doesn't have much in their life to care about.
Well, give me a break.
Otherwise, they'd be doing that instead.
That's a very rude thing to say.
Well, they'd be doing that instead.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. Folks, I'm going to, you know, as we do at times, I'm going to break down the wall here.
Oh, here we go.
The Boston Bad Boy strikes again. You know, he's lost us a couple of key interviews through the years, and literally a huge interview that should have taken place today.
Hang on, I got to clean something off my desk here. There we go. Okay.
No, sorry, go ahead. Can you get your stuff together here?
Continue. No,
you're really already annoying me.
Don't mind me.
We barely have gotten started.
Please continue with your nonsense.
Just get your stuff together there, okay?
Get together with
the
your
Boston Bad Boy, which I can't even believe this, folks. We were supposed to have James Ellsworth on this program today, and Vince McMahon is so beside himself at some of the things that the Boston Bad Boy said last week concerning the CM Punk and Colt Cabana, you know, the lawsuit against him by Doc Amon, which Doc Amon lost. The Boston Bad Boy blamed Vince for a lot of that stuff.
Well,
and so you know what Vince did? He offered Ellsworth the contract, and he pulled him from this interview. We were supposed to talk about Ellsworth defending his intergender championship against Tyra Rusame and a lot of the stars over there at MKW China. He pulled him from that show too. Completely pulled him from a booking that this guy had because of you,
and to put him on a pay-per-view. Really? Is that what you're upset about? You moron!
I'm so beside myself over
it's so sad. Vince pulled a guy to kick him up the ladder. How sad that must be.
He kicked him up the ladder because you, with your foolishness last week, you pissed Vince off.
So Vince and
he wasn't going to use this guy.
Vince and your other buddy there should be on their knees thanking me because I gave them clarity to bring this guy up to the big time.
No.
He's heading up to the big time.
No.
And
They're
that's
punishing
nowhere near you.
And by punishing you directly,
they can't
punish me indirectly.
Do you know why they can't punish me?
Why?
Because I don't give a shit.
Okay, well, you know, that's your problem, okay?
No, that's why
That's your problem.
that is where my zen comes from.
I'm sick of you. So, folks, I apologize. We're going to have Ellsworth, you know, the No-Chin Bandit. We're going to have him on the show. We're going to talk about a lot of great things like Tyra Rusame beating him up, and unfortunately, it's not going to happen now.
I'd talk about her beating people up.
Well, no, don't even start with your nonsense.
I mean, we could. I'm just saying.
Don't start with your nonsense. Okay? Shout out to Big Sam. You know, he's the champion of MKW over there in China. He's going to be defending his championship against some jabroni, which can't wait to see that. But I'm really upset about this Boston Bad Boy.
You know what?
You're going to have to find a way to make it up to us.
To quote the great Marlon Brando, you can act like a man and get on with your life.
That made no sense in the context
Act like a
of this
man
conversation.
And stop whining about how you lost your little precious interview and be happy that the guy is making some cash on a pay-per-view.
No,
how about that?
No,
because you can't be happy about anybody else being successful. That's why you and Vince are cut from the same cloth, and you think you're friends. You're both whacked.
Shout out to my good friend Vince.
Yeah, you're friends. My rear.
Welcome back to Duke Loves Wrestling, the show about
As
pro
if there's
wrestling.
Anybody still listening.
Well, of course there is. The show about pro wrestling and everything else. I am the Duke, and I'm joined by my knucklehead producer / co-host, the Boston Bad Boy, Iron Mike Pelosi.
Unfortunately, I don't want to be here.
Whatever. What are the top stories in the world of professional wrestling?
Don't care.
We're going to find out during Run the Ropes. Roy Lucier has something to get off his chest.
Oh.
And he is not happy, folks. Let me tell you, okay? So I'm going to put him on, and he's going to let you know what's on his mind. Roy's pretty pissed off.
Well, Roy, I don't know. I've never seen Roy's usually a happy-go-lucky
he's a chipper
fellow.
Chipper guy.
But again, his enthusiasm scares me sometimes. Yep. So the fear, the anger might scare me even more. I don't know how this is going to go.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
We also have your listener-submitted content for Ask Duke. But before we get to any of that, no, stop that, okay?
I'm making notes. Don't worry. Continue.
Stop that.
Continue.
Don't pull that crap.
Continue.
Before we get to any of that, Boston Bad Boy.
What?
I've been following this John Cena, Nikki Bella thing on Total Bellas.
Don't you have anything better to do?
No, listen, this is serious business.
No, this is not. It's reality TV on E! Network.
I love
What is wrong with you?
I enjoy it. I watch it. My bodyguard and
I
I
have
watch
more
it.
respect for you if you were talking about Real Housewives right now. Because
I
it's
watch that
insane.
too.
You're watching a reality show about something that is inherently unreality.
No, it's reality.
Wrestling
It's
is not
pretty real.
reality.
Yeah,
How
it's
can you
pretty
have a
real.
reality show about it?
I think it's real.
It's stupid,
Listen,
just like you.
I'm telling you. No, I'm a pretty sharp guy. I'm telling you right now. The more I watch this show, the more I respect John Cena because he is not going to put up with any nonsense from this lady. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You know, she's going around telling everybody that she broke off the engagement, which is a complete lie. And we saw on the show that it was Cena who broke it off. Okay?
Yeah, and then you were all upset about it.
Well,
you thought he was a jerk. You said all these horrible things about him.
Well, I take anything I said about you, Cena. I take back.
Now I take it back.
I take it back.
You
I
have
respect
no
this guy.
spine.
No,
I don't even know how you stand up.
What do you mean? You think I'm afraid of him? You think I'm afraid of John Cena?
You should be.
I'm not afraid of him.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right.
Let me tell you something. I'll be like Jim Cornette. Okay, he has kneecaps. I have baseball bats. What are we talking about right now?
Oh, big tough guy.
What are we
big
talking
internet
about right
podcast,
now?
Tough
Okay,
guy.
you see these shoulders? I've been doing my push-ups. Okay, don't play with me.
Push yourself out of here, will you?
I've been doing my push-ups. I can swing a bat. I may not be able to hit a ball, but I can hit a kneecap. Come on, what are we talking about? Yeah, like I'm saying, John Cena. I respect you, pal. After I just threatened him, I respect you, and you know why I respect you, John?
Because it works for you right now. It fits your narrative.
It does
That's
fit
why.
my narrative.
I'll tell you, John Cena, who isn't actually listening, only because it fits Duke's
I'm pretty
narrative.
sure he's listening because you didn't put up with any of that nonsense from this lady. Okay, she sits there and wastes your time. Got you to the point where you told this woman you didn't want to have kids. You told her that. And she said that she can accept that, which is why you proposed to her. And then she's going to tell you that she wants to have kids. You should have called off the wedding. And you know what? You should tell her to get rid of the contract and get out of your life. Okay?
Well, here's the thing. John Cena is not a bright fellow.
He's a very bright
Has
fellow.
he ever met a woman
He's a
before?
multi-millionaire.
There's something about a woman, and here's the thing about a woman.
Oh, you know.
They change their minds. Okay?
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, so... Like you're a friggin' moron if you don't realize that that's a significant potential.
He took her for
marriage
her word.
or no marriage.
He took her for her word. Okay, they shook on it. He took her for
people
her
change.
word. Yeah, well,
this is the guy who's writing off her as a tenant in his own house, so he can get a nickel out of Uncle Sam.
I love that, by the way.
Disgusting.
It's pretty awesome.
It's disgusting. And of course you love it because it's something you and your Vince and all your other subhuman perpetrators would do.
John Cena was pretending before. This is the real him, and I like it. I like this John Cena. Yeah. This is a man that he calls off weddings. He tells a woman to sign all these documents so she can't live in his house. He does all these things.
This is going to be, and I'm going to say it now. You heard it here first. All this is part of an extensive plot for the John Cena attempted heel turn. This is all groundwork. This is all groundwork.
I'm pretty sure people are upset with him right now.
No, but I'm saying this is all groundwork for some fairy tale that Vince is spinning with his creatively bankrupt writers.
Stop it.
That we're going to start with this real life reality stuff, and it's going to come right into the whole bit on the air, and it's going to play part of the show.
Well, listen, I'm just going to tell everybody out there, plain and simple.
Because no one cares about Cena. He's boring.
I care about Cena.
The only way you make him interesting is you make him the really bad guy.
Well, and I think that, there are some qualities that John Cena possesses which some people would be put off by.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dungarees is a good start.
Well, I think dungarees are fine. But I'm just going to say this to all you ladies out there, especially all you Hollywood ladies, if you're going to date John Cena, you better bring your pen and there better be plenty of ink in it, okay? You're going to sign documents. He's not going to marry you if you want to have kids, and that's the end of it, okay? I'm going to speak on behalf of Cena because I can do that, okay? Leave him alone. Stop trying to change that man.
What is wrong with
that
you?
That man is who he is for a reason. Leave him alone.
What are you doing
I'm speaking on behalf of my fellow Massachusetts guy, John Cena. What are you talking about?
Get out of here.
Don't get in the way. All right, I met his father. So
this is ridiculous.
I met his father, so I'm good. You will adhere to John Cena's rules if you're going to be in his life, and if you can't do it, stay out of his life.
I don't think he needs you to handle his light work. I don't think he needs you to do this for him.
Okay, because there's too many people trying to change this man. I'm sick of it. Okay, and all you Bellas, get out of his life.
You know what?
Okay,
I sense a lot of rage from you. Is this something coming from within?
I'm upset about this.
Are you deflecting from your own personal rage about how no one respects you, which is true, and how no woman wants to be that close to you,
that's
woman. This is what this is. It's jealousy and rage.
Yeah.
I know. Listen.
See,
my copay is very affordable for this therapy session.
John Cena, I got your back, brother. Run the ropes. It's time to run the ropes. It's when I educate this knucklehead Boston bad boy on the top 5 stories in the world of professional wrestling. Let's go. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax on a collision course. That's right, folks. Listen, the top story in wrestling, obviously, is Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view that's happening live this Sunday on the WWE Network. You could start watching material all the way up to, starting at like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but, it's going to be awesome. The match that they're pushing to the moon is Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax, okay? We're talking about Ronda, the baddest woman on the planet, going up against Nia, somebody who finally has found her wrestling spirit, her fighting spirit. So this is going to be something else, man. I can't wait.
This is going to be like CM Punk going into the Octagon, where you have a real wrestler and a fake wrestler that they're trying to make into wrestling.
Sure.
And I hope it ends badly for Ronda Rousey.
I think Ronda Rousey, well, that's not going to happen because I think Ronda Rousey is going to destroy Nia Jax. And my only concern is I hope she doesn't do anything to Nia's face. Just everything below the chin, please.
What is wrong with
Ronda?
you?
Don't hit her in the face.
What is wrong with you?
Well, because
it's just creepy. Why would you say that?
I mean it. What do you mean?
But it's creepy.
That's her moneymaker.
I mean that.
That's her moneymaker.
Thank God it's not your moneymaker.
You got to understand something. Nia Jax is a model, okay? She has to do something life after wrestling. You can't have a badass like Ronda Rousey potatoing her face. All right?
What's someone with a potato face like Ronda Rousey going to do a life after wrestling, which is a life after MMA? What does she do then?
What do you mean? She's a brand ambassador. She's an actress. She's
a
model.
An actress.
She's everything. She can train people. She's an Olympian.
If she's an actress, she can't. Let's start with figuring out how to deliver a promo of 12 lines.
Right.
Then you can call her an actress. All right.
You're ruining everything.
Let's start at the beginning.
You're ruining everything right now. Shout out to Nia Jax and to Ronda Rousey.
No.
Everybody. Don't be rude, okay? Speaking of Money in the Bank weekend, Velveteen Dream and Ricochet, they're also on a collision course.
Uh-oh.
That's right, folks. We got NXT TakeOver that's happening the day before Money in the Bank, and we're talking about Ricochet going up against Velveteen Dream. And let me tell you something. Ricochet is the guy who complained when I let him know that he had that Flippy Mania match that was garbage with that nutter Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's still making money off of that joint because of what I set up.
Oh, yeah.
He had the match with Vader and all that stuff, and he still messes with me on Twitter. We poke at each other a little bit. Meanwhile,
you're probably talking to like a Russian spam bot or something. No, that's the only people who talk to you on Twitter.
It's the real guy. This fool Ricochet. I'm happy he's in the WWE, but the Velveteen Dream is going to give him a pro wrestling lesson of a lifetime. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now. It's going to be awesome. True.
I don't believe it.
Okay. What is there not to believe about that?
I don't believe how boring you're making it. So that way I don't buy the whole thing.
Okay, so that's the problem here.
You. And once again, you are the problem.
I'm the problem.
Can we move it along, please?
No, you're the problem. How about that?
No.
Did you ever think about that?
You're actually the problem.
I'm not the problem. You're the problem.
Oh.
Did you ever think about that?
I'm the only thing you've got going for you. Let me just put it to you that way.
I'm not sure if
Otherwise,
that's true.
without me...
I'm not sure if that's true.
Okay.
I got a lot going on here.
Well, you know what? I get a lot of vacation time coming up, so maybe
We're not
going to
talk about that. I'm
going to consider it.
Did you notice that when you put in your vacation request, I denied it?
Did you notice that on paragraph 42 of section 3...
I don't read that stuff.
Line A...
I don't read that
I
stuff.
have vacation time that I can use whenever I want.
I don't read that stuff.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Kenny Omega, the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. That's right, that piece of garbage, Kenny Omega. I can't stand him.
That guy
don't
garbage.
like him. Never liked him in my life.
Now you know how I feel about you and Vince McMahon.
He had another match with Okada that went 50 hours long, and Dave Meltzer gave it 1,000,000 stars because he doesn't know what he's doing anymore.
Oh,
and Omega,
wait now.
What?
You going to besmirch the great Dave Meltzer?
Well, once he started rating Omega matches over Ric Flair matches, I was done with him. Done with him.
All right, well, I want you to say
Done
it to
with
his
him.
face next time you talk.
I would.
All right.
You know, Meltzer, he does that creatine and whatever the hell he's doing. He's got little muscles there. I don't know what this guy's doing. I'm not going to say that. He might sue me. I won't say that.
Well, I don't know.
I'll
I'm
just say,
asking. I don't
you
know.
what?
I don't follow him. I
Dave
don't look
Meltzer,
at pictures. I don't look at pictures of Dave Meltzer. Apparently, you do.
He might have one of those magic bullets and he's juicing that way. All right, see that, Meltzer? Don't sue me for saying that I said anything else. I didn't say anything else. Anyway, Omega, this punk, he won the title from Okada, and WWE is on his heels. It looks like they want to sign him so they can bury him, and I'm all for it. Vince, my good friend, sign Kenny Omega. I've changed my mind. I said leave him alone before. No, sign him to the WWE, and then let me come into the company. I will be the manager. We will get somebody like the Velveteen Dream to destroy Kenny Omega, and then we bury him together and we can laugh on him. That's it.
What's wrong
Done.
with you?
I just booked it. I booked it.
No one listens to you. Why are you bothering?
What are you talking about?
No one listens to you. You
No,
have horrible
it was a good
ideas,
idea.
and we're going to move on.
That was a good idea. Kenny Omega, I never liked you. You already know this, so that's fine. The number one story in the world of professional wrestling is...
Don't care.
I already told you what it was. Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That's right. Speculation, as you heard earlier, folks, is that James Ellsworth is going to show up. Will he help or hurt Carmella? You know, Carmella's dad's a good friend of mine, by the way.
I was going to say, the only
Shout out
thing
to Paulie.
I've done is help him. I've helped him.
No, you
I've
ruined
helped
it.
Ellsworth.
He should have been on this show.
That's right.
You
and
ruined
instead,
it.
I got him out of this dead-end show.
I don't know about
And I
that.
put him in the pay-per-view.
You ruined it.
I put him in the pay-per-view.
This could have been his big break, and you ruined it.
I made the move that put him in the pay-per-view.
By pissing off Vince McMahon. Are you proud of yourself?
Whatever works. And yes, if I pissed off
Whatever
Vince
works.
If I pissed off Vince McMahon, I call that a successful day.
Yeah. You know what's successful? When you shut your face.
You know
okay?
what's successful? Me ending this show right now. So you pick how you want to play
Whatever,
this.
whatever. Listen.
You're walking a thin line.
I'm going to say this right now. Also, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to beat AJ Styles and become the world heavyweight, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That's right. You've heard what I think. Now, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a jerk?
Yep.
Maybe something in between.
Nope.
Head over to Facebook. Head over to Twitter. Type in Duke Loves Rasslin and let me know. Why do you say yep and nope?
Because I think you're a jerk, and it's not something in between. You're definitely a jerk.
I'm a pretty good guy here.
Listen, I don't have the energy. Let's keep moving.
Whatever. Up next, he is pissed off. We're talking about the superfan, Roy Lucier.
Somebody said something about fired up. This is Tommy Wildfire Rich coming to you live. You're listening to my man, Duke Loves Wrestling. Give me 1 minute, Duke. Hold on.
Why? What do you
Because
mean?
he's supposed to be a super fan. Supposed to be always at the ready.
Well, I don't like. We don't want to give Roy a hard time.
I don't want to give him a hard time.
Well,
I just like to know where he's at when he zones in. You know what I mean? 'Cause sometimes it scares me a little bit.
there's a few things he wants to get off his chest, and I don't want to piss this guy off because he's a pretty tough dude. You know, you don't become friends with all of the top wrestlers around the world for decades unless you.
Well,
He might be a thumb breaker. I'm just saying.
Oh, at least that's the. In other words, he's not really a super fan. That's just a cover.
Yeah.
For being the thumb breaker.
He's really like the.
He's the hired gun.
What is that new movie? Which is like a part 2, Sicario,
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those. You know,
He's like the hitman's bodyguard.
he's the hitman's bodyguard. Roy Lucier, the hitman's bodyguard. That's what it is. See, and his wife is not really his wife; she's his partner.
Right.
You see,
It's all a setup.
I'm
It's like
telling you.
it's like not Homeland. Is it? No. What's the one? The Americans.
The Americans.
Yeah.
It's the Americans. I love that show, by the way.
I know you do. I can't get into
I'm
it.
a big fan of that show. It just
That
ended,
and-
you know.
I know that and the House of Cards and all that.
I'm into that stuff.
Well, you know,
I watch that stuff.
you watch it for tips.
Folks, we have superfan Roy Lucier. He
We're
put us on
standing by.
hold.
Yep.
This is a big deal. He has a lot to
Can
get
you
off
hear me?
his chest.
Oh, here he is.
Oh,
Here he
there he
is.
is.
There's
Ladies
Roy
and gentlemen, without further ado, the superfan Roy Lucier. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Listen, Roy, when you sent me that message, tell me that you had some things that you needed to get off your chest, I was a little concerned because I know that, you know, most of the time you're a happy-go-lucky guy, but I could hear the angst in your voice. You're a little pissed off about a few things.
Yeah.
So I figured I would, we'd open up the show, give you a forum to just let it out, brother.
Okay, no problem. So basically, as a lot of you know, I upload videos. It's a side hobby of mine. I make no money off of it whatsoever. I really get no perks from it. Occasionally I'll get an actual pro wrestler who is a fan of my channel, who sends me a message, friends request, who I'm close to, who I may see at a show or something like that. But there's no money in it, and I do it as a side hobby. Well, recently I came across a video from 1974 that was the heel turn of Spiro's Arian on Chief Jay Strongbow and Bruno Sammartino. Mm-hmm. The stuff, it's like Holy Grail type level stuff. And a friend of mine sent it to me, and this friend of mine basically is someone who has been harassed in the past by big wrestling companies not to upload. So he asked me to never say his name in it, and I promised him that I would. Well, anyways, I got a hold of this video, and what I did was I uploaded it, and like a couple weeks went by, and there was a person, I don't even want to give him any his name or his group, but he was telling me he was from some group that concentrated on old WWF wrestling, whatever, and he said the video legally belonged to him, and I needed to credit him for the video. I basically told him to go pound salt, and he said, well, I can prove to you that I own the video. Go talk to this guy. So I went and messaged the person that he said to, and the person told me, go ahead and block that idiot because I'm pissed that he even used my name. So, I thought it was done and said deal. I blocked him, blocked his buddy who tried to harass me too. Lo and behold, my YouTube channel ends up getting a strike and shut down, 1,300 videos down the drain because this idiot filed a claim against the video and said it was mine. Said it was his personal video. Now, I've contacted WWE to let them know that someone's filing a copyright claim on their videos and saying that they're the owners of their videos so that they're aware of the situation. But it really sucks when you spend 7 years on one channel going DVD by DVD, cutting matches together, cutting shows out, doing all that stuff to have an idiot who honestly, legitimately believes that he may have taped it on a VHS player years ago, and he is the legal owner of a WWF video from 1974.
Now,
I'm upset as hell. I'm pissed at this guy.
I'm curious, Roy. And I know you're upset, and rightly so. So when that happens on YouTube, you lose all that stuff. They wiped it.
Yeah, I already had 2 strikes on that. I was like pending and all that stuff on the channel. So this was strike 3. So I lost everything.
Wow.
So there's no way to restore it. Like they can't, turn it back on.
I messaged YouTube and I explained what happened, and I made it very clear, and I was very honest. I said, listen, I want to make it clear to you guys, I admit that I'm not the legal owner of this video. However, the person filing the false copyright claim is neither the owner of the video, and the owner of the video is World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated. And because I admitted the video wasn't mine, they basically kept the copyright strike up and deleted my channel.
What was the name of the channel, Roy?
Roy Lucier. Just, I don't give, it's just my YouTube channels and my Daily Motion channels are all under my name, like Roy Lucier.
That's right, because I know that, am I allowed to say your Daily Motion?
Yeah, of course. Oh, please do.
Yeah, Roy Lucier's Wrestling Classics, so Daily Motion. That's something I late at night, I will take some of those videos and post them on the Duke Loves Rasslin Facebook fan page, just because you have so much great content, especially Japanese content. I mean, I posted a match with Hogan and Muda versus the Hellraisers, which was just awesome. Awesome match that you had up there.
I like Daily Motion better than YouTube because if they take your video down because of an issue, they leave your channel alone. There's no strike system.
Yeah.
So I got like 2,300 videos on there. The issue with Daily Motion is you can't upload past an hour on the channel. So it kind of hinders, like if you have an old TV show that's an hour and a half long, you can't put it up because of that.
I have a question, Roy. Why has it come down to some knucklehead and not, let's say, Vince McMahon coming after you for these copyrights? Why do you think? Why do you think the company doesn't care?
The company would care if it was stuff that was on the network. I do want to make that clear. I have friends in the WWE, and I've been asked if something's on the network to not put it up, which I have respected. New Japan has asked me the same thing when it comes to New Japan videos and not to put them up on YouTube, which I have respected. However, now I'm dealing with a random knucklehead who legitimately believes that he is the owner of a video.
Well, he doesn't believe it. You realize he's just trying to fuck with you. I mean, that's really what's going on here, Roy. I mean, this is just somebody who does this kind of thing. This is a troll, is who this is. A subhuman is who this is.
Oh, I agree. The problem is when YouTube takes his claim seriously and shuts your channel down, it gives him, this...
Another boost. It gives a boost.
Exactly. And there's not much I could do at that point other than to keep re-uploading. But it's part of me is like, what do I do at this point when someone can just randomly file a claim on a video? I'm spending all this time doing it. That's why Eric doesn't do that Real Hero archive anymore for all those Japanese things, is because they just randomly get taken down with no explanation.
Yeah,
and it's almost like...
Folks, let me take a step back for a second here and remind you of who we're talking to. This is Roy Lucier. This guy, for decades, has been someone who's been well-respected and trusted by some of your favorite wrestlers of all time. And he's dedicated a lot of his personal time piecing together old clips and matches and what have you, and he's uploaded them on YouTube and Daily Motion, as you hear. 9 times out of 10, if you're watching some really rare Japanese content or some really rare wrestling, Roy Lucier uploaded that stuff. There's stuff that I just randomly am watching, and then I look at who uploaded it, and it was you, Roy. It's like, damn, this guy, he has everything. So wrestlers from all over the world depend on Roy to find some of these old matches, and they use it to study tape and hone their craft. I mean, Roy, talk about some of the guys who have thanked you for uploading stuff.
I'll go ahead and say his name because he's pretty open about it. Scott Dawson, the Revival, very close friend of mine who I talked to on the phone, who has personally thanked me for uploading videos. He's studies the videos that I've uploaded, and hold one second, we got a fire truck going by. Studies the videos that I've uploaded and shares them with some of the boys backstage. Handful of the NXT guys, Chris Hero, Steve Carino, a few guys around there, sharing my channel and stuff like that. It's frustrating, and I got so many people that are in the company that are wishing me the best, and your channel gets knocked down all because of some idiot.
All right, so Roy, what do we do about getting you deputized as someone who is allowed to handle this historical footage, and so that if somebody comes to you and says, blah blah blah, you can say, you know what, I've got the hand of God of Vince McMahon above me, blow it out your ear.
Unfortunately.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there is anything you can do.
Well, there's something.
Now,
maybe
wait
we
a
can
minute.
do
Now,
a petition or
well,
something.
no, but I'm
right?
saying, like, if you've got friends who are in the business, in the company, isn't there some sort of like, hey, you know what, Roy, we're going to put you on as a
designated historian.
You're an independent contractor and you handle content at your free will, and we'll pay you, $1 a month to do it or something like that because it is your hobby.
No, what I did do was I screenshotted all these messages from this person. I forwarded the email in question to the head of the legal department for WWE, Matthew Winteroff. I made it clear to him. I said, listen, I want to make it clear to you that I upload videos. It's a personal hobby of mine. I've always stayed away from uploading current WWE. However, and I explained the deal with the Aryan heel turn video, I said it came into my being based on a friend who's in a historical wrestling group, and now we have this person that I'd never heard of before that is saying that he is the legal proprietor and owner of WWE intellectual property. I mailed him a letter last Friday, and I sent him an email, and that's all I'm waiting on right now is to, hopefully hear a response. Maybe he might say something and contact YouTube and everything might get restored. I don't know. But that's what I'm waiting on right now.
Yeah, I think it's a fine line for them. If you were an employee of the company or something, let's say, then they can say, well, yeah, you're one of our guys, and it might be hard for them to say, you know what, we're going to give you, Joe on the street, access to posting what has been a huge issue for everybody, from music to film to TV. Copyright material, and then because then everybody's going to be on their ass wanting to do it, and someone someone's going to be a knucklehead and post stuff that's on the network. I mean, Roy, you're a real fan. Not everybody is. As I've said before, there's a lot of subhumans out there who would just try and take advantage of this situation, and that's the unfortunate part.
So, Roy, let's table that for a moment. We're gonna talk to the Duke Loves Rasslin fan base, and they're listening right now. We're going to figure out something to do to help you out there. But there was one other issue that you that popped up this week that I know you're very passionate about, and I wanted to give you some space to talk about that as well. And it concerns the alleged Brock Lesnar beating CM Punk's consecutive streak with the title.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I left every wrestling group I'm a part of because I really got tired of people who honestly believe that CM Punk held some sort of record as far as holding the WWE title. And when I keep saying Bruno held the title longer, they're like, or holds the record, oh, well, this is the modern era. Well, you know what? Shouldn't the modern era, if you really want to talk about modern era, include everything from WrestleMania 1 to current? Because that's when the expansion boom happened, and we had the cable TV and all that stuff. And if you go back to WrestleMania 1, you have to include Hulk Hogan and his 4-year title reign. But people aren't, I don't want to say people because that, puts everyone under one umbrella, but too many people are honestly of the belief that CM Punk holds some sort of record. He does not hold a record. There is no modern era. That'd be similar to if in baseball, Jose Batista all of a sudden hit 50 home runs, and they started claiming that he was the modern record home run hitter. I mean, really, it's a reach. It's frustrating. There is no modern record. It seems like wrestling fans are the only people having this issue with making up new rules when it comes to records and stuff like that. Bruno holds the record 7 years. It may not be touched. It may. I don't know. But stop making up records in order to push some sort of, the company's just trying to erase CM Punk's thing. No, they're not. I'm tired of it. It's frustrating, and it's like banging your head against a door. You really have people that are just so into CM Punk, and trust me, I'm a CM Punk fan too. The first show that I took my son to, CM Punk was on the main event. It was a house show in Sacramento, and he had the best match on the show against Dolph Ziggler, and I'll never forget that. So I'm a fan of the guy, but just knock off this that he holds a record. He doesn't. There is no modern era. No one can explain when this modern era supposedly begins, but if it did, then go back to WrestleMania 1.
Wow. Duke, you should have known better. Roy was already worked up. He already had a long week, and now you're bringing this up, and you're getting him all steamed up here.
I wanted to give him an opportunity to express
take
himself.
It easy on him.
Well,
he's got a lot going on, and you talk about
Roy.
CM Punk. Yeah. Have some respect for the people who come on this show.
Well, I love Roy's my guy. Roy, that's why I call him Brother Roy, because Roy, I have a tremendous amount of respect and appreciation for Roy. We talk to each other literally every other day or so. So, Roy, you're right, though. And I know these websites like 434, which is just a garbage website, they really got to stop pushing this narrative because, like you said, they're whipping up these fans who may not be as knowledgeable about the sport, someone like yourself, and they're making them believe that somebody's trying to hold somebody down all the time. And I'm just going to put it out there. Do not talk about my friend Vince McMahon that way, all of you out there. Okay? He's not trying to hold CM Punk down. If anything, CM Punk owes Vince McMahon everything. Okay, CM Punk wouldn't be the multi-millionaire without Vince McMahon, so that's number one. There's nothing to hold down. In fact, you can use CM Punk material and still make money off of it. There's nothing to hold down. It's only money in the bank for him, okay? So this whole nonsense about Brock Lesnar beat his record or something foolish like that, just stop, guys. Just stop, please. Roy, you got anything you want to plug?
Let's see. if anyone out there is going to the Cow Palace show for the New Japan show, the Tokyo, or not the Tokyo Dome, the Cow Palace, July 7th, I will be there. I got a floor seat with my wife. And then the day before, APW, All Pro Wrestling, and Pro Wrestling Revolution are running the King of Indies in Daly City. It'll be an 8-man tournament for who is the top independent wrestler in the United States. Got some big names on there: Timothy Thatcher, Jeff Cobb, Dragon Lee, Titan, Jacob Fatu, who I believe is going to be the winner of it, and a women's match with Taya Valkyrie and Nicole Savoy. If you're in the area, you're going to the Cow Palace, check out the King of Indies show as well. Lot of shows I'm going to in the next month. This weekend there's a show in Alameda with The Godfather, Crime Time, and The Boogeyman in Alameda. And that's all I can really think of right now. Pro Wrestling Revolution in Gridley on June 22nd, or June 23rd, sorry. A lot of different shows, indie shows. Just people, when you say you're tired of wrestling because of something that the WWE is doing, expand your horizons. Look outside of it. I haven't watched an episode of Raw or SmackDown in ages, and I'm honestly happy. I stayed up for that New Japan show the other night, my wife and I, until 6 a.m. I'm going to all these indie shows in the area, and to me, wrestling is doing great right now. The world does not center around the WWE.
That's right. You heard it there, folks. Roy Lucier, the Superfan. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Thanks, Roy. Oh, there it is.
Boy, you got him heated.
What the hell? Listen, I knew Roy was a passionate guy, but I didn't realize he was going to get that upset.
Well, I mean, first you got him upset by bringing up his whole issue he's having this past week.
Sure.
And they want to give him a voice, but I got a little scared there for a minute. Now, Roy scares me usually in another way. Like the fandom kind of gets a little intense. But then there was a rage.
There was a rage.
I was worried for his health.
There was a rage.
It's it was the blood pressure. I'm just worried.
People are messing with him.
And then you bring up CM Punk.
I know. I shouldn't.
It was frothing.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
You know, this is what happens, folks. You mess around with a badass like Roy Lucier, and you're going to find yourself in some trouble. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, I just think that he's fighting, sadly, and this is, I think, happens in a lot of fandoms, and it's something that the world hasn't figured out yet. When it comes to this stuff, wrestling or sci-fi, if I want to make a Star Trek movie and put it up on YouTube, well, I'm gonna get, I can't do it. I can't do it because you get whacked. I'm just doing it as a fan. I'm not going to make any money off of it, but they're going to come after you and say no because they can't let you and then someone else's, and then someone. Where do you draw the line?
Well, and here's the problem. I mean, the WWE Network owes Roy Lucier. They owe guys like, Uncle Earl from Soli's Vintage Wrestling.
Well, because they were doing it way before the network existed.
They were doing it way before, and they allowed Vince and everybody to realize the gold mine that they had.
Yeah, they basically were the beta testers.
Because when you have so much data, you have so much material, you don't even know where to start.
Right.
But it's like these guys were putting up this stuff, and you could see, fans are actually interested in that match over there from that particular show.
But what they should do is say, and this would be a smart move from the WWE, which doesn't make very many smart moves.
Stop it.
But they should put out a blanket statement saying, to all our fans who we love, even though we treat you like garbage,
Stop it.
If you want to share videos and historical videos between the years of X and Y, as long as it's not on the network, and you're not doing it for a financial gain, you're good. Go have a fandom.
Sure.
Because what do they care? Because here's the thing. A guy like Roy, he's paying for the network anyway.
Yeah, he is. And everything else
and
in
everything
between.
else in between.
So,
while there are people who are going to try and profit off of it, you're obviously able to find those people. But, this whole thing of having some unnamed person be able to bust chops because they don't like somebody.
Yeah, that's disgusting. It's a disgrace.
It's interesting because how do you make it work?
Yeah.
And, I think that this whole shoot first, ask questions later when it comes like, let's take everything down and then figure it out. Like, they really thought, it's probably a computer. There's nobody at YouTube answering these emails.
Yeah.
Say, well, I say, well, I'm the copyright owner of Duke Loves Rasslin, which, by the way, legally I am. And
I don't know about that.
No, I am. And so, I say, I want it taken down. and they take it down, not knowing who is.
Well, you remember the whole nonsense with Warner
Oh,
Music
right.
Group
Yeah,
and Meek Mill. Who,
Meek
you
Mill.
know, Meek Mill has had a horrible life ever since he messed with me.
Well, it's funny. I think
Horrible life.
If and when we ever have Ric Flair on here, we need to tell him the Meek Mill story.
We will tell him the Meek Mill story.
And I would like to see a confrontation between
Flair and Mill.
Flair and Mill.
That would be bad. Meek Mill would totally get destroyed.
Well, that's why it'd be funny.
What I'm concerned about is I think Meek Mill is probably going to hunt me down and hold me accountable for his life being in shambles ever since he messed with me.
Well, but you
listen, he lost his relationship with Nicki Minaj. He lost a rap feud with Drake. He ended up being put in jail.
Imagine losing a rap feud to Drake.
Well,
Can you imagine what that?
It definitely happened.
like losing a rap feud to guys who are like the old school guys who might actually
Like LL Cool J
well,
and
but
these guys.
Ice-T,
They can
all
get it
these
done.
old, these guys who lived the life.
Sure.
Where you're actually during your feud, you're actually afraid.
Yes.
It's not just a musical thing.
There's some concern there.
Yeah, Drake. It's like having a rap feud with Crate and Barrel. You know what I mean?
Stop
Like
it
it doesn't
Crate and
quite.
Barrel is pretty hardcore.
I stole that joke. That was the mean tweets when celebrities read mean tweets. Drake read. Drake is the Crate and Barrel of hip hop.
That's copyright infringement. But no, he got put in jail, so Bob Kraft had to help bail him out. All kinds of crazy stuff happened to this guy the moment he started messing with me. So that should
it's
let
all
you
robots.
know.
It's all robots.
That should
Nobody
let you
is running
know.
YouTube.
Hold on, but that should let you know, Boston Bad Boy. I'm not the guy you want to play games with. Okay?
I don't
Because
play.
when you-
Lucky for you, I don't play games.
No.
I win.
When you
Okay,
play
I don't
games
play
with the
games.
Duke,
I win.
This is what happens. Your whole
There is
life,
no game.
Your whole life, for some reason,
game implies
it's like thread. You pull on that thread and everything starts to unravel. That's what
game
happens.
implies that you have ever had a chance of winning, and it's not that way. It's my way.
Speaking of which,
What?
Babam.
Oh,
Babam over there.
my very good friend.
With his XBit Gaming on
That's right,
Facebook. That's
Facebook.com.
XBit Gaming, folks.
And they've got 4 hours of live stream.
Every day.
Yep,
So
at least.
I checked out one of the live streams and he was watching Babam play. He played pro wrestling and he lost. He was playing Super Mario Brothers 3 and he was losing. He lost at everything.
You would have had a good laugh. The other day I was I have the little mini Super Nintendo.
Yep.
And I was scrolling through and I said, let me try and play Punch-Out, which when we were kids was called Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
But he got in trouble,
But due to
so they had to take him off.
Due to some legal reasons. But the original Mike Tyson's was for the original NES.
Yep.
And then they did a version of it for the Super Nintendo. Essentially the same game. I was so bad at that game. It took me hours to get through the first level of guys, the first 4 guys.
You couldn't beat Glass Joe?
Listen, it took me a few tries to get through Glass Joe.
Oh, my God.
And you know what it is? The whole game is about timing and
Everything's
button
timing.
combination.
Yep.
It's not a strategy game.
No.
And I don't do well with the button combination games. It's just not my
So
strength.
you're just a terrible video game
No,
player.
I
Everything's a
do
button
very
combination.
well on strategy games. I do very well on some sort of combat type games. But I think that when the strictly old school button combination timing game, it takes me a while to get up to speed. Once I figured out what I was doing, it took me a little while. Luckily, you can download like the original manual, which gives you hints on what your combinations
So
are.
you cheated.
No, I read. I needed to know what the buttons did.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was going in there like you hold up and hit X, and that's a jab rather than uppercut.
So you're giving a video game tutorial right now on Punch Out
No.
because you couldn't figure it out.
No, I couldn't. So I eventually got through round 1.
Wow.
The first. No, not round 1. The first level, whatever. First circuit. That's what I'm trying to say. I got to the first circuit, which is further than you've ever gotten against Babam. Let me just note that right now.
Destroy Babam.
And and luckily you can save your place there. So I'm working my way slowly up.
Sure.
I took a break to play Mega Man, which I'm actually much better at than Mike.
So
Mike
basically,
Tyson's
you're good
Punch-Out.
at all the bad games and all the
Mega
really
Man is a
awesome ones
great
are
game.
Another story.
I was
there.
playing Metroid as well, which is another great game.
Metroid's a good game.
And don't even think about saying that's
No,
not a
I
good game.
like Metroid. But folks, head over to XBit Gaming on Facebook.com and watch Babam lose. That's been my joy. And you know what? Every now and then the Duke's going to pop in and point out to everyone how much of a loser
There's no
he
way
is
that he
at video
acknowledges you
games.
when you show up
No,
on
he
that
does.
feed.
He does. And he's got this thing, this Gamer Slam that's coming up the day before SummerSlam, folks, where the Duke's going to be live on XBit Gaming. The Boston Bad Boy is going to be there. I don't know why.
I'm
but
refereeing.
I'm going to
I'm a
destroy.
fair and impartial referee.
I am going to destroy Babam in such a way, and I'm going to be the one, the only Facebook gaming champion of the galaxy. Okay, that's what's happening here.
That's the main card. But I'm doing a side bet with you.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. We're going to go head-to-head on Mario Kart.
Okay.
And I'm going to clean your clock, my friend.
That will never happen. But that would never happen.
You cannot beat me at that game.
Really? This is a thing.
Yeah. And what we're going to do is, okay, it's going to be, we're going to work out exactly how it all structures out.
Sure.
But there'll be some racing. We're going to do the N64 Mario Kart.
Okay.
There'll be a racing challenge, and then there's going to be a battle arena challenge.
Okay. So I will have Toad. I'm just going to put that out there now. I have Toad.
See, you know what it is? It's a fool's errand.
Watch him
Toad is a fool's errand, my friend.
Watch him now,
because you just have no idea what you're doing. Because you know why? You think you want Toad.
I want Toad.
And that's Toad's purpose. Toad's purpose is to lead you astray and make you think you want the light, fast car.
That's who I am.
Yeah. But you know what you want? You want longevity.
No.
You want speed.
What do you want? You're going to be Mario?
You want a little bit of clout.
Who's that?
You want Koopa.
Give me a break.
I'm telling you, you want Koopa.
All right.
Or Wario.
So basically, the Boston Bad Boy and Babam are going to lose in the same day. I'm taking on all challenges, folks.
No. It's not going to happen. You can't.
That's it.
Listen, it physically can't happen that you could lose to that you could win.
Wow.
Beat me.
You better start practicing. I haven't played that game in like 15 years.
Neither have I.
And I'll destroy you in that.
There's
game.
no way.
That's a fact.
It's not possible.
It's a fact. It's life.
It can't.
Okay. Whatever, folks. Coming up next, a special edition of Ask Duke.
Just don't think that if and when you lose to me, that you can then bail out of playing Babam in the main card, okay? Because you're going to pout and you're going to say it's rigged and all this, but I'm saying it right now, that's not happening. You're going to lose to me, then you're going to lose to him. That's how it's going to be.
It's not going to happen. We'll be back.
Hey, this is Daniel Richards, the progressive liberal. I want you to remember to vote Democrat, turn this country around, continue listening to one of the best out there, the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast.
All right, Boston Bad Boy. You know, it's been a while since we've utilized listener-submitted content.
Because your listeners generally are some of the worst people in the world.
Well, that's my problem. You were so rude.
That is your problem. You're right. That is your problem.
You're so rude and
it's
you're so
ridiculous
that you continue to disrespect our fans. And I'm just not going
to.
No,
I'm not disrespecting the fans. I'm disrespecting people who are fans of you who are subhuman.
Well,
there are plenty of fans of people fans of me out there that are fine.
No one likes you.
No, I have plenty of fans.
I don't know about that.
Babam, the coach,
the only reason why they even talk to you,
Vesey, he's a fan of mine.
I don't know about. I think Vesey hates everybody. That's fine. Vesey's coming back on the show because he's going to talk about.
Rudy loves me.
Rudy hates you. Well, anyway, listen.
What?
I bypassed your nonsense, okay? And I have one of our top listeners here, and he has plenty to say. Okay, he has a question for the Duke, and you're not going to ruin this.
All right.
Like you've ruined everything else. I'm still pissed off at you about this James Ellsworth
someday
thing.
You'll be able to walk on your own, and you won't need me. But until that day, I know what I'm doing.
I don't need you now.
So let's just see how this goes, Mr. Genius.
Well, anyways, so keep in mind that cousin Frank, Frank's wife Sue, they're big fans of the show.
Okay.
And they introduced the show to our next guest, who has been a super fan ever since of the show.
Because of me.
We're talking about Prince Charlie. How are you, Prince Charlie?
I'm doing good, Duke. It would be a little bit better if that pencil neck geek Boston Bad Boy wasn't with us. But
wow. You know what's funny, Charlie? We lost Charlie.
No, we don't lose Charlie.
No, it's funny.
We don't lose. Did you hang up on Charlie?
I don't know. Maybe
Jesus.
I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
That's
what happens.
unacceptable.
Sometimes it's just
get
what
him
happens.
back on the line right now.
I can't. Listen, it was really nice to have a conversation.
Get
with you
Charlie back on the line
and one of your friends.
No.
Because I think you may only have one.
No,
but you don't come on my show.
Your show. You don't have a show.
And start up with all these insults.
You
don't
call
do it.
my fans subhumans and all. You don't have a show.
Right. No, I do have a show. You know how I prove that I have a show? Do you hear Charlie on the phone anymore?
No, I'm calling him right back.
No, you don't hear Charlie.
Sit tight, folks. I'm calling Charlie right back.
Hello.
First and foremost, Prince Charlie, I am so sorry for that. The Boston Bad Boy, I mean, ever since we had our little legal issues here, this guy's just been completely out of control.
Unbelievable.
Apologize to Prince Charlie.
You know what? Let me just say something. Duke, you're walking on thin ice. Prince Charlie, you're out there with him. You're out on the ice.
Yes, listen.
So why don't you just have your little conversation, the two of you?
Well, stay out of it then.
No, well then good. Carry on.
Hanging up on our guests.
Duke and I will be a good tag team. I'll tell you that.
Well, it would be the first time Duke's involved in anything successful in his life. So I'm glad I'm here to see.
Whatever. Well, speaking of successful, first of all, Charlotte, I know you have a question a pro wrestling related question. But before we get to that, you got a pretty cool side gig going on over there. I've been paying attention to what you have going on there. Why don't you tell the fans about your little business there?
Got a little side hustle going on. That could be a nice little moniker for me, I guess. Charlie Hustle. There you go. I got a little Facebook page going on called Wicked Twist, facebook.com/Wicked Twist. Also on Instagram, Wicked_Twist. Basically, we just I make keychains out of paracord. A lot of people, find it interesting. Send them around to friends and family and trying to get over. I got a lot of cheap heat going right now, and I'm trying to get this website over. Trying to relate it to wrestling a little bit. I got some cheap heat. Got the, mom and dad loving it right now, but we need to get this baby over, trying to get a title shot, trying to get some more listeners, and what better to do that with than Duke's Wrestling Crew? Why not? That's right.
See that? You come to the Duke, and the Duke will expose your wonderful business to the world there. You see that, Boston?
You know what happened? Let me say when Duke exposes your business to the world. Long time ago, we had friends of the show. And there was a little deli down in New York City.
A little deli?
Little deli down in New York City. And Duke started talking about them on the show. And you know what happened? They made a sandwich in his name. Now they're out of business. They're closed.
They're not
gone.
out of business.
They're gone.
They're not out of business.
They're gone and out of business.
In fact, they just won another award.
Yeah.
Barnyard Cheese
over
in New York City
it's
just won
funny
another
that
award.
Barnyard Cheese started winning awards after you stopped talking about them. And I think there's a correlation there.
Give me a break.
And furthermore, a man who does professional crocheting with paracord going to call me a pencil neck? You know what? I think you really need to just need to get it in line, get your priorities straight. If you want to get over, you're talking to the wrong person on this show, okay?
Yeah, you.
Because there's only one person who's over on this show, and it's not Duke.
You, pal.
It's not Duke.
Give me a break.
So I just want to put that out there. So continue your stupid wrestling talk.
Prince Charlie, what's your question this week?
So, we talk a lot on your Facebook page, and you and I have kind of cut from the same cloth as far as...
Sorry to hear it.
We grew up in the same era, and, I think I got like a year on you, Duke. I'm 36. I think you're 35. Is that true?
Listen, I can't give out that personal information, Prince Charlie. That's right. The Duke he's eternal.
The Duke has been 68 years old since I've known him.
Well, anyway, so, I'm just curious, being that we grew up in the same type of era watching wrestling, what do you think, what's something happening in modern wrestling that you have a strong opinion about?
That I have a strong opinion about?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sick
How much time you have?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how are you going to really make me sit here while I listen to him gripe? Haven't I done that enough on this show?
I got a great answer to that question. I'm glad you asked, Prince Charlie. I am sick and tired of all of these experts out there, and I use that term loosely, who continue to second guess my good friend Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Okay,
dear good friend.
Here's the deal with my good friend. I call him Uncle Vince.
Oh my God,
Uncle Vince.
Uncle Vince's cabin over here
is making more money right now than the entire wrestling business combined. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And he's doing
he's
that
siphoning it.
because he's the greatest of all time. No, because he's the greatest of all time and he knows what he's doing. So I think everybody needs to line up, kiss the ring, pay homage to Uncle Vince.
I have something you can line up and kiss.
Oh, give me a break.
I think that before we listen any more talk about the Vince McMahon love, I'm done. I'm done here. Don't make me hang up on Prince Charlie again.
Listen, Prince Charlie, thank you very much for that wonderful question. How can folks find the page again?
Facebook.com/Wicked Twist, and we're also on Instagram, Wicked_Twist. And shout out to Duke's Wrestling Crew. Anybody from Duke's Wrestling Crew wants to place an order with me, you'll get free shipping. And Duke, I owe you a free keychain for the interview. I appreciate it, man.
Wow.
You see that?
See, that right there, I'm sorry to say, is a violation. That is, you cannot do pay for play.
No, there's no pay for play.
That is going into the legal documentation that I have in front of me, and you're in big trouble, my friend.
Don't worry, Prince Charlie. I can't wait for my keychain.
You know, Duke, I know what that keychain should say.
What?
The keychain should say, I've been doing this stupid wrestling podcast for 2 years, and all I got was this stupid keychain.
Well, first of all, the keychain is not stupid. Prince Charlie is a very talented young man, and I'm really upset with you that you hung up on him.
You know what? He recovered. Listen, you got to run a tight ship, and I run a tight ship.
I don't know. You would be the worst captain of a ship ever.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, right.
You just remember that.
Gilligan.
Are we done with the show or what?
No, we're not done with the show. Listen, again, CM Punk. I'm looking at Duke's wrestling.
I mean,
crew
how many
here.
times have we said CM Punk in the last 2 weeks? I'm sick of hearing it.
Well, just I just want to say something to Punk because this is me and him talking here. Punk, take care of your health, okay? I'm getting a little concerned.
His mental health, I think.
I'm getting a little concerned. That match was tough. Get out of the MMA business. You made enough money for yourself. Enjoy your life. You get a beautiful wife. Please, that's enough.
Yeah, you know what's enough? Here's the thing. I don't believe this guy should be in MMA. I don't think he's got it. However, that being said, if you're going to do something like that, he's smart enough to probably know that you need to train for it.
Yeah, he trains.
And he should have been training for it, except that one of Vince McMahon's minions had him in court defending himself from a wrongful accusation of slander, I believe.
Well, come on.
And
watch
so
your
that
mouth when
vacuumed
you characterize this.
vacuumed all of his time.
Watch your
and
mouth.
he goes in and gets his clock cleaned in a very horrifying way.
You're not going to blame Vince McMahon for the reason why CM Punk, who has no business stepping foot in an MMA ring in the first place.
Now CM Punk has no business.
Well,
2 weeks ago, CM Punk, wrestlers can do anything. These guys are strong. They just need the training, this and that. And now CM Punk doesn't have any because your buddy was negligent with his whole approach to the medical treatment of his employees, landed this guy in court and prevented him not only from making more money, but got him injured.
Listen, the reality of the situation is this, okay? It's very difficult for somebody who can just walk in off the street in their 40s and come to a sport where, these guys have been training for more than half their lives for this stuff. I mean, you're talking about legitimate martial artists.
Now
they're
legitimate martial artists. From before, wrestlers are this. It's not that much different. They're athletes too, and this and blah 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 blah. Because your guy Vince, he's in the firing line now because not only is he directly responsible for mismanaging his own company and allowing people to be injured and not treated, and having one of his doctors for hire handing out pills like it's candy.
Come on.
Not only that, now one of these wacko doctors sues this guy because he tells his story.
Well, look, and seriously, I'm sick of the Boston bad boy talking. Punk, I'm talking to you now. It's time to hang it up, okay? Hang up the gloves. No more MMA. No. Dana White, do not sanction this guy anymore.
Oh, wait. You're going to cry out to Dana White to not sanction CM Punk yet.
I have to.
Yet you're all about Vince McMahon sanctioning Daniel Bryan. Because here, it was just tweeted out now that Daniel Bryan has challenged the fella who beat CM Punk half to death to a match, saying, I can beat you. Because Vince McMahon sanctioned Daniel Bryan in wrestling, which should never have been done. This guy's going to now go and die in the octagon? Is that what's going to happen?
No.
Is that what's
Dana
going to
White's
happen?
not going to let Daniel Bryan fight in MMA.
Oh, why not? Vince McMahon lets him.
Well,
so Vince McMahon shouldn't either.
All right, you're being ridiculous now. Okay,
why?
Tell
me what the difference is.
You're not going to bring
that
what
nonsense
the difference up there. I mean, and Daniel Bryan, cut the crap. You don't need to be challenging MMA fighters.
It's everybody's fault except Vince McMahon.
Well, it is
the guy
everybody's
who's pulling.
fault. It is everybody's fault except Vince McMahon.
The guy who's making all the money, he has nothing to do with it.
He has nothing to do. You think he wants his fighters to go and have real fights with people? What are you, crazy?
Well, if it makes him any money, of course it was. He'll have his guy. Listen, if it can make him a buck, Daniel Bryan, you're a dead man walking in an octagon, and Vince McMahon is going to be shoveling dirt over you and stuffing dollar bills in his pocket because that's all he cares about.
That is offensive what you just said.
Mr. Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.
Yeah, it's offensive to me what Vince McMahon is doing.
That's very offensive what you said there. Shout out.
Cry me a river.
Shout out to Roy Lucier, the Superfan there.
I hope he's doing all right.
My man Prince Charlie, thank you for joining us as well.
I don't like that Prince Charlie.
He's a good man.
Most of your friends
you're
I
very
don't
offensive.
like.
Folks, join us next week, and hopefully the Boston bad boy won't be as offensive as he is right now.
You know what? I might be going on vacation. I'm going to take a vacation.
You should take a vacation.
No, I'm going to take a nice long vacation.
No, I'm
and you
sick
know
of
what? When I
looking at your
come back,
face.
you better be ready.